Hi team, welcome to your Security Awareness and Incident Handling Training session. Global Security has put this presentation together to share best practices from the experiences of our GLH teams across the world. The aim is to provide you with a better understanding of how to deal with difficult interactions in your role and the ways you can report these incidents to us. Uber is unique, and technology is at its core. But our people are our greatest assets. The daily interactions you have with partners are a crucial part of our business and key to its ongoing success. The communities we work in are diverse, and you will sometimes encounter situations that might be difficult to deal with. Occasionally, our partners may have issues we can't resolve, and in these situations, it is important to have the knowledge and skills to help you get through them. In this session, we are going to talk about
what is a security incident?
This will help you know when to reach out to the security team and how we can help you. Personal safety and situational awareness. We will share some practical tips that could help you and your colleagues stay safe. De-escalation. We will explore the importance of effective communication and learn how to use a simple set of tools that may help calm heated situations. We will also take a deep dive into some other topics that might be more relevant to the area you work in and introduce you to your regional security team. So, what is a security incident? A security incident is something you see happening, are involved in, or believe may happen that could threaten the safety and security of Uber's employees and assets. While these incidents will often involve people who are not Uber employees, there might be occasions where an incident occurs between yourself and a colleague. You can find guidance on this in your country-specific employee handbook. Back to some examples you might otherwise come across. Physical incidents. This could be anything from a partner behaving in a threatening way, shouting, swearing, or using offensive language to a physical attack. You should also report anyone carrying a weapon, whether it is used or displayed in an incident or not. Our sites should be safe places, and there is no place for weapons being brought into them. Threats to self-harm are a sensitive topic, but you should definitely report this if you have any concerns about a partner or colleague's state of mind and believe they might be intending to cause harm to themselves or others. Sexual misconduct or inappropriate remarks and comments are not acceptable at all. This should definitely be reported, as everyone deserves to be comfortable in the workplace. There is no place for sexual harassment or misconduct at Uber. Security concerns. This could be reporting that the Uber site has been broken into or property has been vandalized. Maybe you are reporting some kind of suspicious activity in or around the site, or you have realized you have lost your badge. Maybe some security equipment isn't working, like the alarm or card reader, for example. Other things that you should report are facilities issues, a broken door, or power outages. These aren't security incidents, but the security center can escalate them to the right team to get them fixed as soon as possible. If you have a medical issue on site and you've had to call for an ambulance, we would like to know about this too. You should also tell us if the media, police, or some other officials from a regulatory body come to visit. We have teams that can help and will make sure their inquiries are handled in the right way. Now you know the types of security incidents you might encounter. We need to think about the ways in which you can keep yourself and your colleagues safe should something happen. Let's think about an interaction between an expert and one of our partners. David was unable to log in this morning as his account has had a safety lock placed on it following a complaint from a rider. He's had a tough morning and has had several big bills coming in that need to be paid. He is feeling pretty stressed out and has driven to the GLH to get his account reactivated. At the GLH, he has to wait and is missing out on trips during peak time. When his appointment is scheduled, he speaks to Anne-Marie, an experienced expert, realizing that she cannot reactivate his account until the investigation into the complaint is complete. Anne-Marie explains this to David, who gets more annoyed. He starts to shout and swear, demanding that she reactivates his account now. Anne-Marie repeats that she can't help him, closes her laptop, and asks him to leave before picking up her mobile phone to reply to a text message. David is angry and picks up a pen that has been left on the desk. He holds it in his fist, pointing the sharp end towards Anne-Marie. He refuses to leave and tells Anne-Marie she better help him or else. The threat posed in this interaction is made up of 3 elements: the capability of the partner, their intent, and the opportunity. Capability is not something we can influence, but by taking sensible precautions, we can reduce intent or opportunity, minimizing the risk of an aggressive incident occurring. In this example, David has the capability to pose a threat and may have displayed aggressive behavior in the past if the complaint made against him is accurate. During the interaction with Anne-Marie, he develops the intent to threaten her to get the results he wants. The pen left on her desk has provided him with an opportunity to use it as a weapon and increases the threat he poses. It's easy to see how a situation can develop and quickly escalate. Let's see what we can build into our daily routines to reduce the impact should an incident occur. Thinking about where we work, the layout of the office, the items we have around us, what can we change to make it a safer environment? Desks should face the entrance to the room so you can see who comes in and as much of the room as possible. This will help you keep an eye on what's going on and who is around you. Keep your desk clear of any items that could be used as a weapon. This can include things you wouldn't think of right away, like a hot cup of coffee or a pen. You should have an exit route planned in advance in case you need to leave a situation quickly. Make sure the route is clear and that you will not be backed into a corner. If someone gets too close to you, does it make you feel uncomfortable? We all feel most relaxed when we have an appropriate amount of personal space around us. The amount of space can vary between people and cultures, but the principle is always the same. Your desk can act as a barrier between you and the person you are interacting with and maintain that important personal space. The distance between you will also give you extra time to think and to react should something happen. Another thing to think about is your body language. We will look at how this is an important part of your communication later, but it also has a role to play when thinking about safety. By keeping your hands free and not in your pockets, you have the ability to react more quickly and naturally should someone or something come towards you. Now you've had a chance to think about how to make your workplace safe. The next step is to understand what's going on around us. It helps you to identify potential or likely hazards, and this is what we call situational awareness. It's not just being aware of what's going on around you. It's understanding your environment and the things within it that may affect you now and in the immediate future. It helps you make better decisions to prepare for, react to, and recover after high-stress incidents. Get to know and understand your environment. What is normal? What isn't? Don't become complacent. As well as things directly related to work, it is important to have an awareness of issues that might affect you on your commute too. The same awareness of your environment and attention to what is happening around you can make you a harder target for criminals. Stay vigilant and trust your gut feeling. Have a plan B. This means knowing what to do if the unexpected happens. Find out where your evacuation route is and what to do in the event of an emergency. Look out for signs at your place of work that should tell you the best way out. If you can't see them, ask your team leader for the advice. Know the location of firefighting and first aid equipment that might help you in an emergency situation. If you are not a hero, get to know the people at your place of work who are and follow their lead in an emergency. Now, let's think about how people interact with each other and how we can use this information to improve the way we communicate. 3 key things to remember are: we cannot control another person, their feelings, or behavior. If we try to power our way through an interaction and discount a person's feelings, or worse, tell them to calm down, it'll likely make things worse. We can only control ourselves, which means it's important to be intentional about how we respond during a heated moment. Maintaining our professionalism, actively listening, and being nice to someone who isn't necessarily showing us the same courtesy will take self-control, confidence, and patience. We can and do influence other people. Your attitude will affect your behavior, which will in turn affect the attitude of the person you are interacting with. This will affect their behavior towards you. Unless this cycle is broken, both people's attitudes and behavior towards each other will spiral down, causing the situation to worsen. We want to influence behavior in the right direction by adopting a positive and professional attitude. Our ability to influence behavior relies on being able to communicate effectively with the person in front of us. When we communicate, what we say is only a small part of the message we send. How we communicate is made up of what we say, words, how we say it, tone of voice, and our body language, movements, posture, and facial expressions. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, the person we are interacting with may still be angry or aggressive. We can pick up the messages sent by other people that can give us clues about how they feel, perhaps even before we have spoken to them. Some of the things that might indicate someone is angry or aggressive include increased use of hand gestures, emotions or crying, raised voice or yelling, clenched fists, swearing or abusive language, sweating, face turning red, frowning expression, intense eye contact, and staring. Identifying these signs early will give you a warning that things may not be going well. And you will have to make a choice to allow the situation to escalate, not great, or to take steps to de-escalate. When we talk about de-escalation, we are referring to steps to reduce the likelihood of a situation developing and potentially becoming violent. There are a set of skills we can all learn to help us do this. Start with empathy. Putting ourselves in the customer's place allows us to focus on the situation and explore our own feelings, how we'd respond if subjected to the same set of circumstances. Be open, receptive, unbiased, and fair, and avoid making assumptions. Stay calm and composed. Recognizing our own emotions during a stressful encounter is the first step to remaining calm. By acknowledging our emotions, we'll be able to focus our energy, think more clearly, and continue our efforts to bring out a peaceful resolution. Try not to take anything personally. Generally, they are not angry with you. They are angry at the situation. Don't take it personally. This way, it will be easier to focus on a de-escalation strategy. Lower your voice and speak gently. People tend to mirror the behaviors of others, so if we speak quietly and pause before responding, our actions may help calm the situation and slow the pace of the conversation. Maintain an even tone even if the other person starts shouting and is being aggressive. Practice active listening. It is important that our partners feel their concerns are being heard. Some of the techniques we can use include Look at the person to show you are listening. Make it clear that you have plenty of time for the conversation. Use open questions to encourage conversation. Use pauses appropriately to allow the person to respond. Nod your head to indicate understanding or to encourage the person to keep talking. Listen to the whole message. Take notice of the use of words, tone, and body language. Paraphrase what they have told you and check to understand. Show empathy and demonstrate understanding. Think about the message your body language is sending. Stand at a comfortable distance from the person and slightly side on to promote cooperation. Look at the person to show you are listening. Cultural differences. While practicing these skills, it is important to remember that the interactions we have need to be considered in the context of the diverse environments we work in. Communication styles differ between cultures. Words, gestures, and behaviors can have different meanings, and we should be careful to consider whether our perception that a person is aggressive or agitated may simply be a misunderstanding of what they are trying to communicate. We should also think about whether the way we speak, the language we use, our body language, or facial expressions could be misinterpreted and lead to a situation escalating. So now you know how important good communication is to reduce opportunities for miscommunication and the skills you can use to try and de-escalate a situation. It is important, though, to recognize that sometimes, no matter how well you have handled things, it might not be possible to calm things down, and you will need to take steps to keep yourself and your colleagues safe. Remember to stay calm and employ the personal safety advice we looked at earlier. Back away if you feel threatened, create space, and try to keep a barrier between you and the aggressor. Call for help from a supervisor, colleague, or security guard, and the police if necessary. We hope you have found what we have covered so far useful. The next section will focus on issues more relevant to your region. The Global Security Team. Global security is made up of numerous teams working together to ensure the safety of Uber's people, sites, and assets. These include regional security managers, leads and specialists, threat management, technical security, and the regional security centers. Although Uber has these resources to support our teams, you, your manager, HR, incident response team, global security, and on-site security guards, where deployed, all have a part to play. Let's look closer at what each of these groups can do to help keep our green light hubs safe. Who else keeps our green lights safe? You. All of us have a responsibility to help keep our green lights secure. You can help do this by escalating concerns to security and to your manager, as well as incorporating the security awareness and de-escalation skills you have received training on into your daily routine. Security guards, where present. On-site security guards are deployed to some of Uber's sites in the region and are expected to manage access, control, observe, detect, de-escalate, and report incidents. Management. You must always report a security incident to your manager, who is responsible for continuing communication with security and providing support as needed by the team. They can also provide updates on how a situation has been resolved. Should you need additional support, your management team can help you engage with human resources and the Employee Assistance Program should you need them. Global Security Team Members. Our team will respond to you when security incidents occur and communicate with incident response teams to make decisions should there be any concerns regarding their behavior. Incident Response Team, IRT. The Incident Response Team works closely with Global Security to discuss and make decisions on the impact of a security incident on driver accounts. If,
For example, a driver's behavior towards a team member at the GLH fell short of our required standards. This team may reach out to them to issue a warning or take other more serious action. Human resources. Should you need additional support following a security incident, the Human Resources team are available to you. Through Uber's Employee Assistance Programs, EAP, they can connect you to resources for free and confidential assessments, counseling, and referrals. You can contact HR via Integrity Helpline. When you see behavior that doesn't seem right, we encourage you to stand up and speak up. For certain matters, especially criminal or other violations of law, contact Uber's Integrity Helpline directly and immediately. The Integrity Helpline is hosted by a third party and is a reporting tool for raising issues and starting the investigations process. You can contact the helpline by phone on 800-975-7109. International numbers can be found here. Reporting a security incident. If a security incident occurs or there is a threat of an incident occurring, follow these steps for assistance from our 24/7 365 Regional Security Center. 1. Relocate to a safe space if you need to do so. This could mean moving to another room in the GLH where you can close and lock the door or evacuating the premises completely. 2. In an emergency or imminent threat, call your local emergency services immediately. 3. You must report any security incidents to the Regional Security Center via email security@uber.com, Slack, #security, the security toll-free number 3130-808-0802, or the Integrity Helpline 800-975-7109. More information on how to report security incidents can be found here. 4. You should also report the incident to your manager. Your digital footprint. Every day, most of us contribute to an evolving, online, public presentation of who we are that anyone else can see and that we cannot easily erase. You might think you are at home on your laptop, mobile phone, or iPad communicating with just a few people from your friends list. But in reality, you are in a huge auditorium speaking into a public address system to a world that can record and distribute everything you say. Who doesn't like a free coffee or donut? Watch the following film and imagine if this was you going into the coffee shop and that you had hit like on the shop's Facebook page. What would people be able to find out about you? Of course, this was a social experiment held in the UK, and all the participants gave their permission to be included in the film after the event. Has it made you think? Try Googling yourself and see what you find out. Do you have location services switched on your phone or device? The picture on the left is generated by a running and cycling app. It tracks and plots the route of your run, cycle, or exercise, and you can post it on social media to share with other people who have the same hobby. Unfortunately, those runners were military personnel who were running around the perimeter track and roads of their base. Inadvertently, they were mapping the layout of their camp and the fence line for all to see. The picture on the right is a screenshot from the website, 1 Million Tweets. It records the latest 1 million tweets from around the globe, refreshes every 30 seconds, and shows either clusters or hotspots of tweets. You can enter search parameters in the search bar, so if someone knows your Twitter handle, they can put that in the search field. You can zoom into the mapping all the way down to the street level, so it wouldn't take too much to work out that any tweets made by you between, say, 9 and 5 are likely to be your place of work, and any made between, say, 6 in the evening and 8 in the following morning is likely to be where you live. Has that made you think?